Good morning for me. I've actually been up for almost 2 hours, but first time I'm touching a guitar this morning. I was supposed to have a gig today, and I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna try and take you guys along with it and stuff. And our singer woke up sick. I was just playing a downtown gig, but everybody's getting sick right now, man. So this is for all the people watching this after the fact. What's up, you guys? Hello. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. I was about to sit down and I was like, should I play the Strat, my normal Strat, or the SC Silver Sky? Like, well, why don't I come on here and do a little comparison video? Go back and forth some, let people ask questions, stuff like that. So I'm gonna be kind of hanging. No one's in here yet. I got some coffee. Hello, what's up, Phrasen? And I'm just going to play some jam, ask some questions, the differences and similarities between the two of these guitars. And I'm going to run this one a little bit like I'm recording a normal video, too. Even though it might be long, I know these live streams tend to go long. But, man, I've got a lot of time today. I love a little bit of extra reverb on the Strat, too, dude. This thing sounds... Hey, Phrasen, you said you have excuse me, you've got an acoustic guitar. What's up, you guys? You have any tips or something for beginners? Sure, Phrasen, if you're a beginner, my beginner tip a lot of times is go online, just type in beginner guitar chords and learn some of those brand new guitar chords. They call them cowboy chords, right? You're open. A G chord, learn a D chord, learn a C chord, man, or a C chord like this, learn an A minor and an A. If you just type in beginner guitar chords on YouTube, pretty easy. And then I'd pick an easy song to try and do that with. With just 3 chords, you can play Sweet Home Alabama off the bat, A lot of times if I'm with someone brand new, I'll teach them a D, teach them how you can take the finger off the D, teach them this C and this G, and then you got Sweet Home Alabama, you got... Where you do that? What's up, you guys? All right, man. So I'll start going back and forth. I got this. I got the American Strat sitting behind me too. I'm just hanging, you guys. But what's up, Rick? Good to see you. Thanks for the time. Appreciate your efforts, Rick. Always. I appreciate you guys being here, man. It's a two-way street, right? If no one was in here, I'd be on here talking to myself. So, David, great to see you as always. Victor, this new thing, the white Bob Dylan, huh? Okay. Southern Mofo. I mean, I'll take it. Mojo, good to see you from Sherman, Texas. Mojo, I was born in Texas. My dad was in the military, and he was stationed at Fort Hood, which I believe they changed the name. But I was born on that military base, so I was actually born in Texas. Has PRF ever mentioned if they'll do a Strat style guitar that isn't a Silver Sky? David, the only one that I know of, well, actually, there's a couple. You could consider the NF3, right? Kind of Strat style. Different types of pickups. It's, you know, it's their own take. It's their own thing. And I've played both, and it's cool. It's different than this. The biggest benefit from that over this is that those pickups are completely noiseless. Where this, if I go, hear that? And especially if I turn some stuff on. Now if I go here, that brings it down quite a bit. But I'm also in a noisy room. There's a ton of stuff connected. It's always more noisy in here for me. PRS has also got the Fiore, which is Mark Lettieri's model. That's a Strat, but with a humbucker in the bridge, you know, so it's like an HSS Strat. You know, so that's a cool thing. Okay. I don't know any Elvis off the top of my head, to be honest. How long have I been playing guitar? Phrasant? I don't know how to say your name. But I've been playing, we're coming up on 16 years. I guess Christmas is 16 years, so I got to up the number now. Every year at Christmas, I up the number a year. Because I started playing not quite at Christmas, but around there. I'm 30 now, and I started when I was about 15-ish. But at Christmas, it was 15 years last year, and I'm almost 31, so it's coming up on 16 years. Signals chain today, Mojo. I've got my full pedal board on the ground. I can show you guys my board if you guys want. Also, good morning, you guys. Good morning for me. I've been up a couple hours, but first time I'm putting the guitar in my hands today. Like I was saying, I was supposed to have a gig this afternoon, and I was going to take you guys along. Just downtown, cover gig, and the singer woke up real sick. So she texted early this morning, way before I was awake, and said it was canceled. So now I'm here with you guys. So David, Mojo. Okay, Mojo, this is my signal chain. I'm running 2 Wampler pedals up top. I've got 4 drives, honestly. So I'm running the Tumnus, I'm running into the Bell, into the Nobles ODR1, into the full drive 2, into a compressor, JHS Pulp and Peel, into a mini volume pedal, and then into the HX Stomp, which has all the reverbs and stuff. And right now, none of those are turned on except the HX Stomp. I've got some slapback and some reverb. Hey, Fender Strat Ultra. Rick, what color did you get? That's awesome. Hey, what a Christmas present, dude. There's nothing better than, honestly, I'm going to be honest. And I love normal Christmas. It's great. But as an adult, right, you know, I get stuff like pots and pans. And, you know, you get adult stuff, which I enjoy too and need those things too. So I'm excited about it. Although my dad last year or 2 years ago, I got a new driver my dad's really into golf. I golf too. But either way, nothing recreates the feel of Christmas when you were a kid for me than getting a new guitar. Doesn't happen that often, It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, the new guitar is the Christmas feeling. Also, you guys, can we get some likes on the stream, dude? We got 6 people that liked it. I got 46 of y'all in here. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I'm going to answer some questions. I've got the American Strat sitting right here, too. And once we get into it a little bit, I'll just kind of go back and forth. You guys can ask some questions about the 2 of them. People always ask, how does it compare to a normal Strat? So I figure, well, I'll come on here and compare it to a normal Strat. Actually have an agenda for the live today instead of just doing random. What color did you get, though, Rick? Kane, what's up, man? Sitting here waiting for my FedEx for my Angle E658 Steve Moore's amp head. Heck yeah, Kane. Heck yeah. Timmy, let's make some tunes. Like, you want to make some tunes with me, Dale? A hip-hop beat? I'm not sure. SM, hello. Tipsy Texas T, you should do a line of white powder. And I'm not really about that life, to be honest, bro. You could do what you want, but I don't do that. Good morning, man. Firing up the guitar rig. Welcome to it, Hackin' Thinker. Man, we got a killer live stream off the bat. Hello from Brazil. How do I say your name? Gilherme? I'll play a slow dance at a burner room for you, Devin. I mean, I'm on the John Mayer Strat, so you kind of have to, right? All right, let me answer some of y'all's questions. Hey, thanks for the likes on the stream, you guys. Yeah, give me just a second. I'll tell you what, you guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm real hot with this block button on here. Hides the like button. Snatch. Yeah, you know, I used to do it all on the back camera and sideways, but man, I get a lot more viewers and new people when I do it vertical because it's pushing it to shorts. So, the likes more than doubled. Yeah, they did. Thanks, you guys, and I appreciate that. Victor, I don't know any Led Zeppelin off the top of my head. I can't even remember how to play Stairway to Heaven. It's a... I guess that's it, isn't it? Okay, anyways. I am Lakmi, Bangladesh. You're from Bangladesh? Is that what you're trying to say? What's up, you guys? What's up? Hey, everybody's doing well, everybody. Tack Ridge. Oh, we got old P. Diddy in here. I'm Gaga. Hello from Amsterdam. Hello, Amsterdam. Hey, thanks, Linda. Do you have an envelope filter like for Rosie by John Mayer? Hey, great question. I don't have one currently set, but let's try and set one. This is kind of fun. Let's see. What would that be under? I think that's under filter. Let's go to legacy. The Q filter would kind of be it, but I'm going to have to... Okay, let's turn that gain way down. Let's turn the Q. Let's get that frequency up. I mean, it's not a... That doesn't sound great, does it? If I turn that Q down... That sounds terrible. So I'm trying to see. Let's turn the Q back up. I really don't like that one, to be honest. It doesn't sound that great, does it? I'm not super about it. Let's see. Mono. Is it auto filter? Okay, so that's closer. Just turn that filter gain down, filter Q, attack, sensitivity, frequencies up. Still not queuing as quick as I want it to, though. So let's see, filter Q. I wish I had, honestly, just a normal Qtron pedal. It'd sound a lot better. What is that noise? Oh, it made the acoustic guitar ring. Okay. What's up, you guys? I don't know the Journey solo in separate ways. What putter are you using there? I'm just using the HX Stomp to try and make something, but I don't know Summer of 69. I used to use a Qtron Plus, but moved to a Mutron 3. Love it. Honestly, I'll tell you what, Tackridge, I've got like the HX Stomp on the ground, but I'd love to have a dedicated one of those pedals. I'd never use it in Lanco or anything, but I love all that Mayer stuff that uses it, and I just love it. Because Timothy Holmes from 311 uses it. Heck yeah. Do you have an opinion on the Strymon Big Sky? Anyone? I have a chance to pick one up used at a reasonable price. I think they're awesome. They're awesome. It's an expensive pedal. You got to power it kind of separately on your board, but they sound amazing. I don't have one because the HX Stomp XL, it does it enough, right? I can get good reverbs out of it. Are they quite as good? I don't know that they're quite as good, but they're still great, man. I mean, if I turn this Q thing off and we're like in normal playing mode, you know, and I turn on my more space, here's just normal reverb. Here's a spacier reverb. Chestnuts roasting is heavy. Lots of 251s. Peace, Sean. What's up, Sean? I don't know any Christmas songs off the top of my head. Should we look one up? Rob, good to see ya. Hello. Everyone in here hanging out. Hey, thanks, Vipin. Sorry I'm such a bad request guitar player, you guys, but... A Walrus audio canvas. You can power anything with one source. Yeah, a lot of the new ones now have... I've got an older power supply, like the old Voodoo Lab thing. But a lot of them now will power all that stuff. Because same thing with the HX Stomp. In fact, what I actually have is the Voodoo Lab on the back of it has a normal, just flat out outlet plug. And wired under my board is a power for the HX Stomp that's just plugged into the outlet. And that's literally how I power it. I don't know any Geo's World. I'm a really bad request guitar player, you guys. I'm not going to lie. The John Mayer stuff, I can do that all day. Some Stevie Ray Vaughan, some Hendrix stuff, you know, this and that, some Clapton, but very in season. Thunderstorms here. Yep, we've got it's not thunderstorms, but it is a rainy day. Dog ownership is going great. We were at a holiday party last night, so the dog went to the grandparents' house, and he is still there. So today I'm just hanging. A little day off from it. Play some old country. You know, old country wise for this gig I was supposed to have today that got canceled. She wanted to do, what'd she want to do? She wanted to do Mama Tried in G, I think. Next thing I know. I don't think that's how the rhythm goes for it, but I was working on that lick. I'm remembering, because the thing is, I didn't practice the song before today. I just practiced that lick to make sure, okay, I've got the lick down, and then I just have a chart up. I just read the chart, but that. Some other old stuff she wanted to do. She wanted to do a Reba song, the night the lights went out in Georgia, where for the verse I'm just doing like a. And that's crazy because it kind of starts out of this B minor thing. But then the chorus is going. Sorry, you guys. Went out for a second. Classic. This. What's another good? Oh, she likes doing an old Keith Whitley song. All right, it's Keith Whitley. Same type of thing. I start that lick, and then I read a chart. Let's see what else. Folsom Prison Class. That's another classic one. If I play it right. Turn a metronome for it. Ha! Okay. I am playing the PRS amp. Yeah, full Fozu. I got reverb on. It's slight, but random play. Hey, thanks. Small country. There's a little bit. I'll keep the old country stuff. I can keep at least messing around with. Learning to play guitar is about playing chords, then reverse the chord structure. Play backward chord structure. C, G, D, then backwards, D, G, C. It's probably a good tip, I think. What did you learn from Daniel Donato? What, in your opinion, did you learn that was the most important? Okay, those are two different answers for me. I took one lesson with Daniel Donato, and he was just kind of trying to, I can't even remember what song. There's a video of him on the internet that I was trying to transcribe. And I remember him being like, well, just G major scale, and he was just doing like a. I'm messing around here today, you guys. Hey, thanks for all the likes, you guys. The likes are way up on this one, which I really appreciate. Most important thing I've learned, though, is the cage system stuff. No doubt. Cage system, knowing my chord shapes. Just at the end, I was doing that little A groove thing that over, like, sold it. But even though... And at the end, I had ended it where I was going... It's just knowing your chords everywhere, you know? If I go A, there's an A there. If I go up, D shape, C shape, A shape, G shape, G shape like this. Ooh, what's up? You guys, I'm just messing around, but my band Barbed Wire is not big on Christmas songs. We decided to do Beer for Santa, John Party, at least last Saturday's gig. Just a one. Hey, that's a great way to do it, and easier, man. When you're getting into the actual Christmas songs, I mean, it's jazz. It's a lot of 2-5-1s. It's just, you know, some great progressions. I should sit down and learn more. There's been Christmases where I have, and I never remember it because I don't play it again, but TC Polytune, heck yeah. Rob, that's great, man. That's honestly, as boring as it is, the most important pedal on your board is the tuner, man. Can't play a live gig without a tuner. I mean, the most important pedal is the tuner. That's so boring to say, but it's, I think that's fact. Gotta have a tuner to play the gig, you know? So, awesome. Hard to not snatch one up for $60. Brent Mason is a genius. Down like jail. How do you chicken pick? I can go through some of that chicken pick stuff. How old are you? I'm coming up on 31. Love the rope hat. That a Preds hat? Hey, thanks. Who said that? Alexander, what's up, dude? You know what? It's not a Preds hat, actually. I'll take the hat off. I got my hair back. It's actually a PBR hat. But I got it at Bridgestone, Professional Bull Riding. I know that's backwards on there. But it's actually a PBR hat, man, which I thought was super cool. Super cool. This is probably my favorite hat. Just saw the Vegas video. Hey, thanks, AV. I'm glad you guys watched that. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I am a blues player. Yeah, no doubt. Old enough to know how to rock. Thanks, Rob. Who's your favorite guitarist? Like Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Petrucci? Yeah, Robin, I'll tell you what. The people that influence me the most, number one, no doubt, I'm holding his guitar, John Mayer. John Mayer. I came up learning all of that music. I spent so much time, and not even trying to shred, man. I spent so much time trying to get, like, this sounding good. This, the straight, you know. But then John stuff led into Stevie Ray Vaughan and Hendrix, right? Like the first time I heard Lenny wasn't Stevie Ray Vaughan playing it. It was John Mayer's got that Man on the Side live version, and he goes into Lenny in the intro, you know. Me messing around, right? But hey, thanks, Vipin. I appreciate. Yep, Stevie Ray Vaughan. But then I started getting into, when I came to Nashville, a bunch of you know, I had to learn a bunch of songs where Brett Mason had done the solos on them. So every time I get a phone call, my screen goes black on here. But so a little bit of Brent Mason stuff, but a lot more too of like, let's say Guthrie Trapp, ton of Guthrie Trapp. I learned a lot from Guthrie Trapp and worked with Guthrie Trapp for a while when I moved here. So I wish I was so new then that, you know, it was hard working with Guthrie because he moves at a very fast pace and I didn't know any of my cage stuff or nothing, which you need to know, especially if you're trying to cop the stuff and the way Guthrie's thinking about stuff. But I know Guthrie, and I worked a lot with Guthrie. And then tons of people, Josh Smith, Joe Bonamassa. Same thing, I was always listening to Joe Satriani. Joe Satriani and Derek Trucks are both great examples of people I was listening to a lot, but I wasn't copping a ton of their stuff. Where's my slide? You know, I'm not a killer slide player, but I've been working on it. That'd be like a... Anyways, that's some minor slide stuff. I like a lot of the major stuff. That's hard, playing behind the slide. I've been trying to work on that. That's out. Anyways. I just got drunk again. Hell yeah, Dale. But nowadays, John Mayer don't play blues too much. He's into synth music. 80s neon synth music. Yeah, I mean, that last, although it's, you know, what's it called? That last record definitely has those vibes, no doubt. But do you think it's harder to play with a clean tone more than distortion? I always came up tack playing on a clean tone, so it's easier for me. I had to learn the other way of being like, okay, now I've got distortion on like this. How do I, you know? Who knows what I'm playing there? Doing my acoustic ring. I agree. Knopfler too. Yeah, man. Knopfler's the OG. That who knows what I'm playing. I got the harmony. I got the Homeboy Blues and don't know what to do. With the Homeboy Blues, no dancing in the blue suede shoes because I got the Homeboy Blues. Okay. Were you writing that song, Victor? Awesome, awesome. What's up, you guys? Alex, man, I need to get one of those shorter slides. I've got smallish hands, and the slide I have is too long and hard to control. Alex, I agree. This is a rock slide, and my hands aren't small. My fingers, I'm a very skinny dude in general. I'm just really thin, so my fingers are very thin. So, and when I started learning it, I went straight pinky because I wanted to have the utility of these fingers and be able to play behind the side. There's even like with Lanco, we do a thing where I've got to go with the slide on the do it. It's in open E, so I don't know how to play it on here. But my point is just like that. I'm not a killer at that yet. I need to practice it a lot more. But this one is not an American Professional Fender. But hey, you guys want to do a little bit of shootout comparison? So here, let's play. I'll play a progression on here. Okay, then we'll go over to my American Strat. So check this out. Here here, I'm in out of phase right here, and I just like that position. Now this is a 2003 American Deluxe Strat. Same position. I'm actually in drop D. Yeah, I'm in drop D because I was doing a... I'm gonna go come up and do maybe or like a... or a... Anyways, okay, we're really messing around. Let me answer some more questions. Any story on where the Lanco name came from? Scott. Hey, Scott, I hope you're still hanging out in here. It's great to see you in here again. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly where it came from. Our lead singer is Brandon Lancaster. So it originally was Lancaster and Company, is what the band was called. Obviously, it's kind of a long name, so they shortened it. Lanco. Lanco. Lancaster and Company. That's what it means. Lancaster and Company. So there you go. That's the secret behind it. I never knew that. I didn't know that till I joined the band, but that's why it's called Lanco. How do you set your EQ with your amps? I know it has a lot to do with the room you're in, but is there a bass line you kind of start with? Alexander, I think there's a bass line of sound that I like that I don't know that I'm going to be able to explain, but I don't want it too thin, but if it's too bass heavy, you're not going to cut through in the mix in a live setting. So you're right. It's absolutely to do with the room. And the amp. Every amp's different. So this amp is actually fairly bassy. So I'm pulling a lot of bass out of it. Because check this out, dude. If I up the bass on this and I turn the master down and crank these preamps, like look, now I have no pedals turned on, but listen to this. I mean, this thing will fucking... That's just the amp. There's no drive on, right? That's me cranking the preamps on it. Scratchy volume pot on this. Anyways, okay. Hey, thanks, you guys. Virus, thanks. Tay-Tay, what's up? Robin. Hey, thanks, Robin. I appreciate that. I don't know Scar Tissue, and I'm so bad. I'm such a terrible request guitar player, you guys. I do like a fusion of stuff like that. I'm enjoying every single beat you are making, bro. Hey, thanks, Vipin. I appreciate that. Rock slides are great and have unique design. Still trying to get the feel of not using slide finger when playing with slide on. I agree, Mojo. I'm still trying to get that feel, too. More calm. No any reggae? Not really off the top of my head. Maria, hello? Germany, Cologne. Hello. Matt, what's up? That's super cool. Hazelnut, thank you. Why is your name highlighted like that? Is this like a special person or something? I don't know, but thank you. Tim, will you ever leave us when y'all win record of the year? Like, leave YouTube? Because Freshly Wild, if we win record of the year, I'm going to be going so hard on YouTube. No. I hope we do. I hope we have it, because here's the thing. Right now, I like to talk. I like to take you guys behind the scenes, right? The whole goal of the channel is, one, I do these live streams. I love hanging and talking and just answering questions. But then the goal is to, like, just show you guys what this life is like. As, you know, the eyes of looking at it is, like, through YouTube, you can get to know me a little bit and be like, oh, it's a normal dude, you know? I get to do some really cool stuff, but it's a, you know, like, it's not out of reach. So it'd be really cool to hit some of that wave, which going into this next year, there's a real chance for album of the year. It's, you know, a huge deal. But just even making some solid waves. We've got a whole new album coming out and stuff. And all that's going to do is afford me access to doing more cool stuff with you guys. Lanco goes back on TV shows. What's it like to play late night at Fallon, right? What's it like to play at the CMA Awards, you know? I already did going to the CMA Awards this year, you know? We didn't play, but just going, walking the red carpet, you got to see a little bit of, like, what is that like? I'm a normal dude. Come see what people aren't showing you, what this is actually like, you know? And that's the whole goal of this channel. So definitely not leaving. And you guys got to remember, too, like, this is a business for me. I'm not making crazy money, but I am making money. And AJ, off the bat, speaking of that, gives 10 members. AJ, dude, you do this every single time. AJ has single-handedly grown our membership thing. Man, to all the people that just got gifted members, I'll make a post with the Discord link after this. Thank you. AJ, thank you so much. As always. We're starting to get some people with the newer Youthful and Sean that have been members for a little bit. Great to see you guys. AJ, always great to see you. AJ, what do you do for work, man? I know that's not crazy expensive, but you always come in here and do that, dude, and it's awesome. But, you know, so cheers to AJ. Thumbs up for AJ in the chat. He's the man. But anyways, all that to say, I'm never leaving the YouTube. You know, this is part of my business. I make some money. It gets also awareness out, like it's stuff like that. I get a lot of students from YouTube, right? A lot of students. So speaking of which, if you're interested in taking lessons, just reach out to, it's in the description, timavenmusic@gmail.com. Alexander, when he gifts members like that, it picks 10 random people in the live stream to give it to. But there should be a button somewhere right around here that's like you can sign up for membership of the channel and get you in the Discord. And I've got, so next year I'm trying to, here's some layout game plan stuff for next year. Definitely trying to expand the membership thing. I've started the membership, got some stuff for members, but I want to have like a lot more and make it really feel like a worthwhile thing. So that's in the game plan next year. Up in just the production quality of the videos. My goal now is saying, how can I make the videos look, feel better, more engaging, not dragging on, but keep the same feel of it's just me and not like crazy high produced feeling. You know, I want it to look good and sound good audio quality wise, but I want you guys to have no different sense of like, I'm just taking you along, you know? But all that to say, if we win album of the year, y'all will be going to the Grammys with me or whatever. It's not going to probably happen this year, but, yeah, I'm all in on this, and I love doing it, you guys. Like here, like AJ just gifted, so yeah, you get new members, you make some money from that, you know, you do. But outside of that, right, no tips or anything today, and I'm not on here saying you need to tip. I just like coming on and streaming. I like playing guitar and talking to you guys. It's a guitar hang, dude, and I love that. So, anyways, thanks for listening to my. I need tips. I'm poor as fuck. My car broke down, lost my job, kids suffering. That's tough, bro, and I'm sorry about that. Play a song for it. Oh, Craig is almost dead, barely hanging on. And this life, what's on? Oh, Craig is almost dead, but he's gonna keep on surviving. Cause I ain't a singer, but he needs some tips. Got little kids at home, and they ain't got no presents. I don't know. Can you play John Mayer Slow Dance in the Brain Room? Sure, guy. I'll go back to the actual SE Silver Sky for that, right? You should probably. Oh, whoops. Let me go back to that while I get I don't do this on stream because I don't know how strict YouTube is on it. But I do use nicotine. Okay. What were we doing? Silver Sky, SE. Slow Dancing in a Burn Room, the most requested live stream song. Now maybe that's just because of how I play, but absolutely, no doubt, what people request the most. Oh, hold on, you guys. I forgot that I turned my settings kind of crazy on this. Let's get this back to like how I actually like it. don't know ZZ Top Thug, and I'm sorry, you guys. Terrible request card. I think you need to hide the chat to see the rest of the screen functions. Okay, that might be a thing. Late to the stream. What's up, 20 West Studio? The title caught my eye. I just picked up Sir Classic. I'm already switching to HSS. I can't get into the single bridge pickup. Hey, you know, I've played a couple Sir guitars, but I already have an American Strat. And then this, I started working with PRS, so I got this, but I wasn't out looking to, like, buy this, even though I did want one. But I played some Sir Strats, and they're great. So you're not about the single bridge pickup thing, huh? Which I get, too, you know? I like it, but I'm also in Nashville, and I'm, you know, playing plenty of cover gigs still where I'm doing it. You know, all the time. Should we turn on a little backing track? What's a country backing track? What if I type that in? You guys want to see me fall flat on my face? It's kind of a honky-tonkin' thing. I meant to go, All right, let's try and do it again. We lost solo there, didn't we? This stuff's hard, man. I'm still not, like, killer at it. Still not killer at it, but there was a time where I couldn't play anything. Okay. Alexander, I'll tell you what, Alexander, if you go to my actual page, there should be a thing that's like sign up for membership, to be honest. I don't know why we cry, guy, and I'm sorry for that. Thanks for all you do for us hacks out there. Hey, 20 West Studio, thanks. Me too, man. What about doing Zoom conferences and getting one to join with their guitarist, jam chef, and Timmy? Victor, I've absolutely thought about that in the Discord of doing a live chat where everybody that's a member and in the Discord. So going into next year, I'd love to do that. I'd set it like a month in advance, probably be on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday evening when people are done with work. And we could sit down and do an hour, hour and a half long hang where everybody can have their camera up. We can ask some questions and everyone can have guitars and just, so I've absolutely thought about doing that, and I do it through Discord. But, I'm glad you guys would potentially like that. Are you famous? There's no way you not. I don't know that I'm famous. I play in a well-known country band called Lanco, and if you're into country music, like, you probably know Lanco. And there's a lot of people that when I say, oh, I'm the guitar player for Lanco, they know who Lanco is. But you know what? No one's ever come up off the street and been like, yo, you're the guitar player from Lanco. Now, this next year, we're going to be a lot more in the public eye. We've got an album coming out. We're going to be doing we were going to be on the radio. There's a lot of stuff happening. So maybe that'll happen more. But you know what happens way more? And look at my sub count. I'm only at like 11 and a half, coming up on maybe 12,000 subs. So people come up and say, dude, I watch your YouTube stuff. That happens a good amount, especially in Nashville. But in Nashville, I'm around all kinds of guitar players. I'm around people that are watching guitar YouTube stuff a lot. And just the work I'm in, I'm around musicians all day long. So those are people that are probably getting fed this stuff. But, dude, I've lost count of how many times someone has come up and been like, dude, I watch your YouTube stuff, or I love the YouTube. I mean, so many times, dude. It happens all the time. And it's crazy because I have a small amount of subs. I couldn't imagine what it's like having 1 million subs. Someone like Music Is Win, Tyler Larson, isn't that his name? I know he lives in Nashville now, too. But, dude, I mean, I bet he doesn't leave his house in Nashville without someone being like, dude, I watch your stuff, I have such a small amount of subs, and people come up and say that to me. I can't imagine. He's also bankrolling it. I mean, that's how I make money from YouTube, and I have a small amount of subs. Now, I'm not making crazy money, but it's money in my pocket each month from ads and the memberships, and then the tips on these streams. But Tyler is probably, he's making money. And then you get those ad deals, dude. When you're averaging, I mean, I don't know what his average views per video are, but those ad deals start adding up real quick. I've got a friend that works, he owns a management company, and he's in the esports space more. Streaming, gaming, and esports. They're coming up on like 80 clients. And he manages brands, ad deals for them and stuff, And someone that's just looking at 25,000 average views per video, because it doesn't matter the amount of subs, it matters how many people are watching your videos. If you're averaging that, and you see that Manscaped built-in ad or something, those people are making anywhere from $2 to $5K just for that 1 minute or 30-second ad. Once you get bigger, I mean, I know he has clients that have millions of subs and that are averaging very high numbers per views, and it's $50K to do one of those ads. I mean, literally, dude. There's the YouTube world, once you start getting up in it, people are making a shitload of money. They are making a lot of money, and there's very little overhead, Man, as a band, like our band as a business brings in money, but it's expensive to run the business. It's expensive to put everyone out on tour. It's expensive to go on a tour bus. It's expensive to have lights and to pay crew people. And I mean, like playing live music is a lot of overhead, a lot of moving parts, a lot of people. You can basically say, okay, we're going to make this amount, take 40%, it's already gone for the booking costs, the this, the that, So I mean, it's YouTube. Lots of low overhead, lots of money. Okay, I'm a little behind on the comments, and sorry for that, you guys. Johnny Cash or Elvis? Yeah, I can do a... Should I look up a Folsom Prison backing track? Whoops, hold on. Okay, Folsom Prison backing track. Oh, it's so funny, dude. Everyone in Nashville plays it so different than that, That's more like the OG, you know. Everyone in Nashville plays it so fast that everybody's here going. Normally I do it up here. I love this little lick of going like. Whoops, I'm gonna go. There you go. How do I normally do that, Alexa? We went to the 4 chord right there. Back to 1. Anyways. Do you know percentage YouTube takes? Yeah, so I'll flat out tell you what it is. So on tips and stuff in the live streams, all of that, YouTube takes 30%. So I get to keep 70% of any tip or anything. Ad revenue is split 50-50. So, and it's about 50-50. It actually changes, and I don't know what the sliding scale is. Because like this last video, I was getting a little less than 50-50. Last Vegas video, I posted ad people are paying about $30 per 1,000 views to Google. My cut of that is just under $12. So that last video that I just posted, the Vegas video, I'm making almost $12 per 1,000 views, which is actually really high. My average is $9 per 1,000 views for normal videos. Live streams are a little different. Which is pretty high. A lot of people have average of like 2 or 3, but there's a couple factors that go into that. One, my demographics help a ton, because you know what my demographic is? Almost exclusively 35-plus-year-old men, and really heavy in the 50-plus-year-old range. Now, why does that help me? That helps because those demographics, if my age range was all 18 or sub 18 or 18 to 25, right? Those demographics, what happens? Those people don't have money to spend. So when an ad comes on, they're less likely to spend any money or do anything, you know? Where who has money to spend? Older people. They have more money. You know, that's just how, excuse me, the world works. So my demographics help in that number because my demographic, just for whatever reason, because of the content I'm making, is primarily, I think it's primarily actually like 45 plus, and it's like 98% male or something, you know, which the male or female I don't think has really enough to go into, like I don't know that factors into it. It's kind of insidious if it does, actually, honestly. But either way, the demographic of age definitely does, because right, who's got more money to spend, you know? A guy that's 50, or 60, you know, I do a lot of lessons, and a lot of my lessons are guys well over my age, you know, and they've got money to spend on a lesson. They're retired. I've got one guy, I won't say people's names on here, one guy that's a lawyer that I think he's retired now, and he does a jam, I think every Monday, and then goes to a blues jam once a week. He plays for fun. He's a good player, but he likes it. He's trying to get better. You know, and he's got money to spend on a lesson. He's got money to spend on a nice guitar. He's got, which when that comes to ad things, if you're a company looking to put ads on YouTube, he's more likely to click on that golf club ad or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of breakdown of how the money works and how, you know, I'm making money on here. Gotta run. Mojo, great seeing you. My dad's smiling from heaven. Well, Bowie, I'm glad of that. Don't your fingers get raw or sore? No pick or finger covers. Me as a 33 female viewer, I'm invisible to you. You're absolutely not invisible, SM. Absolutely not at all. The demographic, it says that that's there. But when I just look at like the straight analytics page, right, it's like almost mostly male. Now I will say on the live streams, it's probably a little different, especially because I'm doing it vertical. I'm showing up on people's shorts feed. There's different. But like my normal YouTube videos, it's mostly older guys searching, you know, review of this or whatever. But you're totally not unseen. Totally not unseen. Not at all. Not at all. But you're talking about fingers get raw or sore. No. No. And I'd highly, in fact, not even highly, I'd absolutely discourage to use any type of finger cover anything. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's you're never going to be able to play doing that. Don't do that. Absolutely. It's just like, you know, if you're new to running and you run a mile and you've never ran a mile the whole way through, that mile's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, you know. You do that for 3 months, you're at 5 miles, no problem. 3 months, 3 times a week or something, you know what I mean? So my finger covers are the calluses, right? My hands are completely calloused. They don't get raw or anything. Now, I play a lot, and I've been playing a lot for 16 years, all the time. So I've built these up, and I have an intense amount of stamina. I could play all day long, all day, on both fingers. I've got calluses on these fingers, too, from the hybrid picking. All this stuff that's pick and then fingers. I'm using a lot of these 2 fingers. There's calluses on them, you know? Even just doing it. But that's a barrier to entry. When you're brand new, you're not going to have that. It's going to hurt. You're going to be able to play for a little while. Then you're going to need to stop and take a break. That's, man, it's just part of it. Just part of it. So, you know, don't get discouraged from that. Your calluses will build up, but you got to stick with it. You know, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But I absolutely do not recommend putting any type of finger covers on. That will, I don't know. You know, it's just like if you go into Guitar Center, there's like finger strengthening things, you know? You guys ever seen those before? Don't use that. You know how you build finger strength for playing the guitar? And I hate to say it, play the fucking guitar. Don't buy the finger strength thing. Just play the guitar. And your fingers will, you know, build up the strength they need to make a bar chord, right? I always see those things. I'm like, man, what a, you know, it's a, you never want to be sitting on the couch doing this with that finger thing. Sit on the couch and do this. You know? Sit on the couch and practice your bar chord unplugged. You know? I wouldn't say that's a hot take. Anybody that's a real player would never advise on using any of those. But for brand new people, they might not know that and see something like that and be like, oh, I can build up my finger strength for it. That's true, but it's there's nothing better than playing, so don't use that. Don't use that. I don't think any of you guys in here are, but I'm just saying, you know. Okay. Sorry about that, SM. You are not forgotten. I guess wider range of people you get, the more variety of ads you get. You do, I think, Dave, but it's like I said, who's got the money? It's, you know, older people. That's how my friend that runs that esports management company has talked a ton about how good my demographics are, because he's got people that have millions of followers, but they're a professional Fortnite streamer, right? It's a game a lot of kids play. So their demographic is kids, and they're making $2 per every 1,000 views, because most of their people are sub 18 watching it. You know what I mean? So then it's like, well, is the 14-year-old going to buy something from an ad? Probably not. Now, the 65-year-old guy, right, or gal, but you know what I mean, very well might. So J100, thanks for the shout out. Wanted to, hey, Ben, you probably already left. Sorry I'm so behind in the comments. Favorite Nashville player, dude. You're the man, Ben. I love seeing you in here, dude. Also named Tim. Small world. Awesome. I'm an older chick, and the pain of learning bar chords sucks. I'm happy to help you with that. Do you want some tips? I've got my tips with bar chords. Let me go down on these comments real quick, and then I gotta scroll down some, and then I will talk about that. You just got the Silver Sky last week. Which color did you get? These are awesome guitars, man. I'm coming across this guy. J100, what's up, you guys? You guys got, we got some friends in here. This is cool. I haven't seen this happen. I know how that goes. I mostly on my hairstyle challenge during the week. I'm resting. Blisters. Ha! That's funny. What about busking on the streets? I go busking and make 101 to 2 hours. Location is important. Yeah, Victor, I mean, there's people that make a living doing that, you know? Are you going to make $1 million doing that? Probably not. But can you make money doing that? Heck yeah. Do you ever miss being able to have feeling in your fingertips? It's not like there's no feeling. That's not how it is. It's just calloused. It's just calloused. You can hear even, like, listen to this. Can you hear this? Listen, if I, on the pick guard with my right hand, go. You hear how the tone's a little different of them? It's because of the hard calluses on my fingers. But it's not like I can't feel anything. How your opinion about the stock pickups? I haven't changed them, and I really like it, you know. But I've also gotten used to. I've played this guitar so much. I've gotten really used to how they sound and feel. So I know how to set my amp, my pedals. So it'll take some playing around with. You know, the bridge pickup can be pretty bright, but dude, most of the time my bridge pickup lives at in between 7 and 8 on the tone knob, you know, and then here's all the way open. Anyways, talking a lot on here actually, but some great questions and comments, you guys. I really appreciate it. You should only get on lives in the evenings. It's cool with cats. Someone different. Hey, thanks, SM. J100, what's up? Music. And one other guy, but I forgot his name at the top of my head. Then I also see other lifestyle shows. That's great. It's interesting to see. The dragon fruit. The dragon fruit is sick. I don't know how to pronounce your name, and I'm so sorry for that. Neural. Tim Avon to the rotation. I absolutely SM. I do regular lives. I don't have a specific schedule. You can expect 1 to 3 a week. When I'm hanging, I hop on here and I turn it on, and I jam and we play some stuff. Cold Shot. Oh, dude, I don't know Cold Shot. I know that makes me think of a. Isn't that Couldn't Stand the Weather? Anyways, okay. You guys are having a whole conversation as well. Came across you, dude. So good. Just wanted to you how much I have to catch up with my plan. Hey, it takes time, J100. It really takes time, doesn't it? It takes time. But that's what's fun, man. Matico, what's up, Matico? That sounds so good. Yeah, I kind of like the stock jam pickups too, but for me, it's kind of limiting my playing style, especially going hard rock style songs but it still sounds great. Yeah, I agree, right? It's a Strat, and but you know, there's a world where I could go on the bridge pickup, click this on, roll my tone down, and I've got like a. So. You know, that makes me think of a John Mayer song going. Lazy lover, undercover, wasting time. Then one day in summer, I changed my number to cut my lines. Good love is on the way. Been lonely, but I know I'll be okay. Good love is on the way. I understand it's not hard rock. It's more maybe classic rock type thing. Like what else would I play like that? I'm terrible at. I know stuff like that. What else is that kind of I don't know. If I turn on reverb and delay, all of a sudden you get the. Huh. I'm ready to go. Anyways, Pure Strat TCJ. It's one of the SC, the cheaper John Mayer ones. Come in Italy. Come to Italy. But yes, my family's from Sicily. Like my great grandfather on my dad's side, that's where they immigrated from, or maybe it's two greats. I can't remember. But I've been to Sicily and Italy, but I'd like to come and play. I've never gone there to play. I started learning when I was 12, but was terribly inconsistent over the years. SN and I are a year apart in age, so that gives you an idea of how much time I've wasted. Well, not wasted, J100. Not wasted. I have a couple tutorials on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, J100, I stopped doing as many tutorials because those were consistently like my worst performing videos, honestly. But I do have some stuff on there talking about the cage system, talking about a couple songs. If you just look at my page, I've got a couple stuff. You can scroll back a little bit because all the recent stuff's gig vlogs and other things. But it's not wasted time, not wasted time. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time, man. But it does take a lot of practice. It takes lots and lots of practice. But don't worry. Hey, Alexander, sorry I'm missing a couple of these questions. Right now I have Squire Bullet with double humbuckers, but I might switch to another Strat, but with single coils. Then you'd have both, man. Grande Mayor. It was wow, man. Hey. Blessing to find a fellow guitarist. Yeah, absolutely. Squire, yeah, then you'll have both, Everett. Are most guys playing Broadway still using amps, or are you seeing more modelers and stuff? Honestly, Alexander, I'm seeing both. And I'm seeing this hybrid version of, like, I've got a buddy that makes a killing, terrifyingly good player down there. He is so good, and he's a very interesting dude. I love hanging out with him. A really nice guy. But he was telling me he uses a Tone Master down there because certain bars on Broadway do only let you go direct, but other ones will still let you use an amp. It's still probably at least 60% or more still let you use a real amp, but there are bars that are going no stage volume. There's bars that have an electric drum kit and there's 0 stage volume. Now, some of those places are a little more restaurant-esque. They don't want the rockin' band, I get it, and they don't want it too loud. But with that Tone Master, he uses it because if he's on he's playing all over all different clubs down there. So if he needs to go direct, he just plugs into the back of the Tone Master. There's his direct sound. And if he doesn't have to, then he can have some stage volume, So I am seeing a good amount of people going that route as well. And I think if I was playing down there full time, I think I'd go the Tone Master route. That way you're not locked into one. And on any given gig, you can go either. But I see a lot of guys that are just direct. I see a lot of old school cats that won't play at a place that's direct only. Just flat out won't. I kind of agree with that. I hate going direct. It's not my thing. But you've seen a lot, Alexander. Okay. Never too late. Yeah. In a duo live. Love that. I love that, you guys. Last question, brother. Any tips, practice exercise on the hybrid picking? Sound clean and great? Yeah, sure. I'll give you my hybrid picking lesson. This is how I started. If we do a lesson, I teach lessons, which I'll selfishly plug that again. If you're interested in a lesson, what's it called? Sorry, I'm blanking. If you reach out to timavenmusic at Gmail, I do online lessons, FaceTime, Discord, whatever we can make work. And I literally have done lessons with people all over the world. It's crazy. But if you're interested in that, I do $1 a minute. That's the pricing. I normally do a 60-minute lesson, but if you want a 45-minute lesson, happy to do that too. And if you really want a lesson and this or that, you can email me. We can work something out. But that's what I do. Talk about anything, all the types of stuff you see me playing, whatnot. The cage system stuff is a really hot topic. I'm talking about the cage system a lot with people. So you said hybrid picking. So this is how I teach it off the bat in a lesson, right? I like to grab this just A little power chord. So I'm going open and then 2nd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, right? So we're playing the 1, open A, the 5, and the 1. This is how I like to start with people. It's just grabbing that. Hybrid picking, some of it is first off palm mute. You want to palm mute some. That sounds better than... Here you go. But what I'm doing there is I'm going pick, pluck, pick, pluck. The pick, the middle, and ring finger are all on their own string. So I got the pick on the lowest string, middle finger on the D string, ring finger on the G string, and we're just to start, and this is the start. It's not very exciting, but it's to start separating the pick from the fingers. which if you've never done that before, it feels weird at first. You know, you got to get used to it. So you just sit here and pick, pluck, pick, pluck, pick, pluck. Now see how I'm also muting it too. I'm not just going. That's a thing too, but for the country stuff, you want it muted, so it's staccato. And as soon as I'm releasing the pressure on my pointer finger to mute out those strings instead of going. That sounds different than. So just start pick, pluck, pick, pluck. Level 2 is maybe going pick, middle, ring, pick, middle, ring. Now there also I just did 1, 4, 5. A to D to E, back to A, you know? So you can start moving through chords. General idea is the pick's gonna start on that bass note. Now that's a basic version of the rhythm. Obviously when you really get going into it and you're doing. I'm doing all hybrid picking, you know. But anyways, so that's good basic initial starting point, I think. I don't play anything. I just do, hey, thanks, SM. I appreciate you guys hanging out in there. I've never had people like know each other and have a whole conversation in here. But it's great. You're running up the comments. Okay. Paris, S.A. John, S.E. John Mary. Yes. Scilia Bella. What's that? I have an American Professional telly, but I stopped playing it because I have an addiction to alcohol. It makes me sad thinking about it. Interesting, guy. Why did that make you stop playing guitar, though? You know? Although I do feel for that. I've been around alcoholism and alcohol addiction, and let's be honest, I work in an industry where that is incredibly prevalent, and a lot of people that are just functioning alcoholics. None of the people that I surround myself with are. We drink, but everybody's adult about it. You know, everybody is. But, yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. You know, I work in a job where you're not only allowed to drink on the job, sometimes it's highly encouraged. What is direct and why is it bad? Snack, direct is going straight into the PA with an amp simulator instead of playing through an actual amp. Why is it bad? Not bad. They've come so far now. It sounds great a lot of times, but I grew up playing in clubs with an amp behind me. And I can't play as good without feeling that. It's just not, you know, it's a feel thing. Does the people in the audience, would they ever know a difference? Probably not. But for me, and me playing and getting into it and feeling good, I need it. So I've tried a thumb pick, Scott, but it's just not for me. I didn't learn that way, so I'm here on this, but thanks for all the answers. Absolutely. I wish you the best as well. I'm out. Hey, Alexander, thanks, man. Chi amply usually. I do have a Sir Bella sitting right here, if that's what you're talking about. little bit of the bell overdrive. I do really like this overdrive. I turn up the drive a little bit, I get. I've thought about, Scott, it's funny, I've thought about that too. Every time I've picked up a thumb pick, I've thought I could maybe try one, but a lot shorter. They're all so long. I've had the same exact thought, Scott, but then I go back to a normal pick. I got my homework assignment to do. Thanks. Hey, awesome. Oh, awesome. I just got a message from one of my students. Had a great lesson yesterday with Hugo's his name, and I don't think he's on YouTube. He found me on TikTok. Great guy, man. 22 years old, playing his ass off, practicing a ton. Love it. Love it. Really fun on that. Really fun on that lesson. Some great questions. Man, I really love doing the lessons. If you guys are interested in that, please reach out. You know, it's a business thing for me, right? I'm making money, but I love doing them. I love teaching, man. I'm just passionate about it. I like showing the stuff that worked for me and working with other people. Anyways, Hugo's doing great, man. We had a really good lesson hang the other day, talking about playing live. The first 15 minutes of our lesson was just talking, because he had questions about playing live and in some certain situations and stuff. So, you know, I do a lot of that in the lessons too, because most of the time, if you found me through YouTube and you're looking serious at a lesson, almost everybody I do lessons with, which you don't have to be, but it just so happens almost everybody I do them with is already, I'd say, at least an intermediate player. It's okay if you're a beginner, but so a lot of times some of these people have been playing for a while and they're ready to take their playing live. How do I do that? What are your tone tips? How are you setting up stuff? What do you do about getting nervous, or how do you overcome hard situation, you know? So I do a lot of that in the lessons too. You know, I'll tell you what, you guys, last night at this party this is pretty cool, but I'm getting used to it being on my right hand. I normally don't wear anything on my right hand because I'm playing, and you can barely see it. I got this bracelet on my right hand. Check this out. They were doing these at the holiday party, and it is, I mean, you could just cut it off, right? A pair of wire cutters will take that thing right off. But it's like permanent, like they soldered it on there. There's no clasp, you know? So I'm getting used to this small little, it looks silver, it's actually white gold. At the party, they were doing it. They had 14 karat yellow gold and white gold bracelets they were doing for people. I thought I like silver stuff, it's white gold, but it's not crazy expensive, but it's expensive. I think they're like 150 bucks or something. But at the party, they were giving them to everybody. Anyone that wanted one, you had to stand in line. But I'm getting used to while I'm playing, it's sitting down here, and I was like, is this going to be a problem guitar-wise? And since it was free, I was like, well, I'll just cut it off if it's a problem. But it is soldered onto my hand. There's no clasp. It's not coming off. Anyways, I'm going off the end. And are they the welded on brace? Yeah, SM, that's what it is. Oh, see, that's cool. An anklet thing would be cool. Especially more, well, actually, there's probably some guys that wear it. I wouldn't wear the anklet, but girl or woman, whatever, all day long, I could see it. But yeah, it started with an S. What's it called? Slink. Can't remember what the company's called. I think there's a couple companies that do it. But it's super cool. I didn't realize they're so expensive. I mean, it was free at the party, but we went and looked up afterwards what it is. I didn't realize it was like actual gold. It's 14 karat, which I don't think is like I don't know anything about any of that. I don't know. But it's cool. I got it for free, and it's welded onto my hand. It's funny because the people I were with kept being like, yeah, they're going to weld it on your hand. It's just like a little soldering thing. Maybe it's not soldering, but it's like, yeah, it is. They like get it positioned and then they seal it. Anyways, okay. Always hug a musician. They rarely get to dance. Love that, Sean. Good to see you in here too, Sean. Again, tell my sister. Oh, yeah, okay. I searched you on Spotify and checked out your Spotify playlist you made. I like some songs. Hey, awesome. Hey, Present, I don't know how to, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say your name. But if you look up, my band is Lanco, Lanco. So if you want to listen to music that like I'm a part of in my band, if you look up Lanco, Lanco, country band, that's like our music. So there you can find it. Spotify, yeah, I've got my personal Spotify that a lot of the playlists that are on there are, I make really just playlists for cover sets when I've got to learn new songs, and I playlist them all, you know, and sit and practice them. But my actual band and like music from me and the guys, because the band is Lanco, Lanco. I like the hair. Thanks. The hair is up today. I still have the hair. Sometimes I come on a hat and people be like, "Do you cut your hair?" No, I still got long hair, long curly hair. Can you use the bracelet to strum the guitar? Probably not. I got a really thin one. I wanted it kind of understated. I mean, in the camera, you can barely even see it. But welded sounds more badass. You're absolutely right, SM. Everyone was saying they welded on, and that's probably right. But hey, J100, great seeing you in here. Can I see your hair, son? I don't know. Saying son's a little weird. But here's my hair. I'm not going to take it down right now. I could take it down right now. In fact, honestly, man, we've already been on here for 107 minutes. What a live stream today, dude. What a live stream. You know, and I think I'm probably getting towards the end. I think I'm probably going to call it. You guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm hanging today. I might come back and stream again later just because I love doing it. Play. I was supposed to have a gig, and our singer got sick this morning just for a cover gig, not with Lanco. But if you look up Lanco, you know, check us out. We got an album coming out very top of January. If you're into country music, you probably already heard Lanco, you know. Yeah, you know what's funny is I had never heard the sun thing. A lot of Southern people will say that. A lot of Southern guys, you know, be hanging out with my friends or whatever and be like, "Son, you ripped that solo, or you ripping that solo, son," like that type of vernacular, whatever. You know, but in certain contexts, it's weird. What does Lanco mean? I played some of that band's song. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what Lanco means. Our lead singer his last name is Lancaster. Lancaster, and originally it was Lancaster and Company. It's kind of a long name, so they shortened it to Lanco. That's where the name comes from. It means Lancaster and Company, lead singer and company, which I'm very fortunate for that company part because it makes me the artist too. Like if you go to Spotify, my picture's on it with everybody, right? It's a picture of all of us. Whereas like, you know, Jason Aldean is just Jason, or any artist. There's very few bands, you know. Old Dominion's another example of a band. But in country music, there's not as many. Thanks, SM. I appreciate you hanging out. Hey, thanks, everybody. 24-hour stream. I don't know that I can play that one, Smith, but I do know what you mean when you say that. Your boy's been around the block, bro. Come on. I've hit people with that before. Oh, here's a good one. He says, "What do you call an Indian dating site?" I don't know, but you should write the answer. So where your DMA come from? I am Native American and Italian. Okay, Sergio, I'm reading your comment. 2 years now, and I'm wondering what the first step to start learning, I guess, understanding the fretboard and how the notes connect and relate to each other. Sergio, if you've been playing for 2 years, you can probably play a little bit. You make some chords, maybe play a pentatonic scale or something. I'd start look up videos on Intro to the Cage System. The cage system is how you connect it. It really is. And I wish I had learned it sooner, but the cage system all day long is going to be what's given me the ability to say, here's an E chord, here's an E chord, here's an E chord, here's an E chord, here's an E chord. And then it starts over. You know, and the start is there. So when I'm playing up and down the fretboard and I go, all the cage system to navigate all day long. I know right here I'm in C shape. I know every interval I'm playing. Now look, you're not going to know this off the bat, so don't let me overwhelm you with the knowledge. But this is where it leads. Off the bat, you just want to learn those shapes. There's just 5 of them: C, A, G, E, and D shape. So here I'm playing just an E chord, but it's E in E shape, E in D shape, E in C shape, E in A shape, E in G shape. Starts over. But when I play up and down the fretboard, I'm in C shape. Right, let's go up to A shape. Back in G shape, right there. I'm up to E shape. So I stay in key and play all the way up and down. And every time I know where I'm at. Every time. That's going to take time. The step 1 is just learning those shapes. Then you can play them everywhere, you know. Step 2 is probably adding well, I always go back and forth on what step 2 should be. Honestly, step 2 should be learning what the intervals are. So for every shape, I know what intervals I'm playing. I'm playing the 1, the 5, the 1, the major third, the 5, the 1. Right here I'm playing the 1, the 5, the 1, the major third. Right here I'm playing 1, major third, 5, 1, major third, 1, 5, 1, major third, 5, 1, major third, 5, 1, major third, 5, 1, right? Same up here, you know? Knowing that is key because that's your landing points, right? If I'm going... A great way to tell that someone doesn't quite know that is when they come in and play something like this. You know, and it's like, you can make it a 2 chord, and there's a world where you do that, but like, when you're just jamming it... You know? And then when I say go to the 4 chord and make it sound like you went to the 4 chord, right? I'm going to go... Went up to the 5 chord. That's complex. It's going to take years of practice getting there. The first thing to do is learn those shapes. Okay. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me answer a couple of these questions. He said, what percentage? I'm not sure. My grandpa was full blood, like Italian Sicilian. And then grandma, I'm enough Native American that like I got a small grant for college. And we're poor. I'm in a tribe technically. I mean, I don't want to sound because people that have a lot more of it than I am. You know, Turtle Mountain Chippewa is my family's tribe. So not a ton. You know, here's a great example, right? This ring's been in my family for a long time. It's passed down to me. Turquoise and silver. I've got a silver made bolo tie that's a bear. That my grandma's father wore all the time that has now been passed down. We have a lot of silver and turquoise in that side of the family and stuff. And my grandma, if you saw my grandma or my mom, they're you know, I think my mom is more than 25% or so very Native American. Anyways, okay. I think I remember reading a short explanation of the cage system before. Yeah, Sergio, just look up a video. I've got a video on my page, Intro to Cage System, but there's other ones too. I'm glad you like the guitar. Thanks, Franklin. Switch to the Vegas setup when I'm talking about with amp. Oh, like switch to that live? That was just a backline. I had that Blues Junior because it was backline. I have a Blues Junior here. That's a better one too. It's got an upgraded speaker. It's got a Cannabis Rex speaker and this and that. Probably not. That sounded good, but it's not going to sound as good as these when I can bring out my own gear, you know, so. Any famous music from, like, my band? I mean, Greatest Love Story is no doubt our #1 song. I think that passed 400 million plays on Spotify. I think that was a #1 for a couple weeks. Brandon wrote that, our singer, by himself. He won Songwriter of the Year in country music. But that, Born to Love You, also another really popular one that's got a few 100 million on Spotify. You know, I know we're over 1 billion streams across all platforms. It might be multiple. I'm not sure. But so yeah, famous music wise, Lanco. If you've heard of us, you probably heard Greatest Love Story. Then maybe Born to Love You too. Born to Love You, I start like this. This is how I play the intro. Drums kick in. Ba-da-da-da. And then it's like, I could search the world from south to north, and I found what I'm looking for. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I was born to love you. I was born to love you. Then I do this like a. It's like, I was born in a town full of red pine trees. County line said, follow your dream. County sign said, follow your dreams. West Coast, I don't sing it. It's funny now trying to sing it. I'm thinking, what are all the words? I don't know all the words. Anyways. What's the easiest pentatonic scale to learn? Just the A minor pentatonic. Start there. I know it was backline hard on it, but it may not be big enough for some gigs, but through the PH, you sounded as good as ever. Hey, I appreciate that, Happy Blow, and thanks for watching the video too, you guys. For anyone that's watched that thing. You know what the key there is? I think why it sounded good as ever is, first off, I'm using the same pedal board. And then, you know, at the end of the day, regardless, unless it's a really crappy amp, which that one wasn't crappy, it's just small, but through the PA, you're right, it worked. And I just set it to my settings. And then I'm using the same drives and stuff on the ground as I normally do. So, you know, for me to get my sound, I'm just used to doing that, so I'm going to get it. But, yeah. Okay, you guys. So many comments. Sorry, you guys. Never heard this song, but all I'm thinking is Here Comes the Sun. Yeah, at the very beginning of that, it's kind of like that. Would you like to work with Seether or Breaking Benjamin? That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know any Kenny Wayne Shepherd While We Cry. I'm sorry, guy. Take care, everybody. Yep, you guys. And you guys, I am rolling. I am rolling. It's finally time. Long stream today, 120 minutes. Man, I love each and every one of y'all for hanging out, asking some great questions, hanging. And yeah, there might be another live stream tomorrow. So hang out, check it out. You guys, until next time, peace.